A-Rod called a play that we had gone over every week of the season.
BYU 14, USC 10, just past the halfway mark of the second quarter.
I get a good release off the line. I get past my defender, and I think Jaren gets held up a little. There might have been a defender in his face.
When A-Rod called it, I was so excited because I knew that Isaac was going to be open.
I don't know where I am, whether I'm inbounds or out of bounds, but I knew I could probably get my feet in.
All I see is Isaac go like this, and I thought, oh, he's mad that he dropped the ball.
Instantly, I knew I sprained it or something. I was like, oh, this is not good, because it was a pretty loud crunch.
I started to make my way down just because I wanted to make sure that he was okay. And when I say okay, not injured, just okay to sort of get off the field and, maybe have to watch a few plays, maybe get back in.
Then I heard Fessy on the headset just started screaming, hey, his foot's turned the wrong way, his ankle's all out of whack, and then I knew that.
And then I start to jog, and then I start to move, and that's when I'm more worried about Isaac, certainly, and what his mindset is going to be.
When they were trying to set the bone and everything, I couldn't even look at that, but he was trying to be as positive as he can.
I see my dad come down, and it was really good to have my dad there right next to me. He was just comforting me, saying, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, you're okay, bro.
He knew where I was sitting, so he looked at me to wave, and I'm smiling, waving at him, you got it, you're gonna be okay. I had no idea. I literally thought that he maybe rolled his ankle or he'd be back out, I had no idea the severity of it.
When he was carted off the field, they take him to the tunnel at the Coliseum. Tom Homo and Brian Santiago had a vial of consecrated oil, and they put their hands on his head and gave him a priesthood blessing of healing. Where else does that happen? They're able to give my son a blessing, and I don't know if there's any priesthood blessings in the Coliseum before, but there was one. And just starting with a blessing of healing, that was so empowering to Isaac, and it gave him so much strength. And then when we went to the emergency room, I went in with him. There was such a level of calm around him after that.
Isaac scored his first touchdown. Everybody was reposting it on Instagram, and he did a dance to celebrate. So I thought it was kind of funny. So I was the first one to message him. I DM'd him on Instagram and was laughing at his dance moves.
Ever since I met Lexi, I knew I loved her. Even when I looked at her Instagram, I was way into her, and then early on, she wasn't that into me.
I don't know, wasn't really feeling it, But same thing, I was he's fun and he's cute, but. So I was going on dates with other guys throughout this whole time, and Isaac was the only one that I kind of kept around and still would talk to every now and then in text. We went out on our last day in December, the middle of December, right before the bowl game. And it was a flip switch. The moment I got in the car and started talking to him, I instantly was what the heck? How did I never see this? This side of Isaac. Basically that night, I fell for him. We had our first kiss, and the rest is pretty much history.
We weren't married at the time that I broke my ankle. Her taking care of me and her helping me through probably some of the darkest times I've gone through only brought us closer together, if that makes sense.
So you can't see this couch, but there's sort of 6 feet or 7 feet this way and 7 feet that way. And Isaac sat on here and recovered, and Lexi sat right here and recovered with him. And she helped him every step of the way. So between his mom and Lexi, they were great nurses for him and kept his spirits high.
Lexi and Isaac were supposed to get married 6 days after that game. And so there was Lexi too, who had her wedding planned. Hundreds of people coming, everything's ready to go. Everything had to be put on halt.
Working towards something like that we were both just so excited for, and then having it taken away from us is what it felt like in the moment was pretty crappy, but it's okay. We eventually got there.
I couldn't do anything for her, and she did everything for me. It's some of the most Christ-like attributes I've ever seen in someone. She was absolutely amazing.
She was also such a great example to me and to all of us in our family of just somebody who's just so strong and so focused on the things that matter, Football is great. Football teaches you so many things. But when football ends, what do you have?
You know, Isaac, I feel, has, as goofy as he is, he's got a great outlook on life. One thing shouldn't define you, and that how you come out of that is more important. And I think that that's his way of saying, I have my struggles with it, but I'm gonna outgrow this, and there's gonna be a greater story on the other side of it.
He just went to work and was ahead of schedule every step of the way. Every milestone that he was supposed to hit, he was always ahead.
Isaac knew he wanted to be ready for South Florida. Like, that was his goal. And he kept that and was purposeful in every movement of his ankle in order to get back to that day.
Like, why not have those goals and why not chase them every single day and do what it takes to do it? Even though he's like literally like recovered pretty much all the way, he's still taking it like one day at a time, you know, like those 1%, every little thing that you do in your life at home and when you're on the field in the locker room, like those are the small things that are gonna allow you to achieve that goal.
I never doubted that he would make it back. I just wasn't sure when it would happen, and he's gonna play for us and play a lot. So I'm really impressed with that.
He's earned the right to have a great season, in my opinion.
I know that through the example of others and through the help of our Heavenly Father that we could get through anything. You're never lost, you're never in too big of a situation that it can't be fixed, and there's someone to help you, and they'll get you through your darkest times. Times that you may think you'll never be able to get out of. For me, that's been multiple people that have helped me, and I can't thank them enough for helping me throughout the situation and believing me for me to come back and play the sport that I love.